Back in the day, Westwood Studios made one of my most played games for a very long time. Nope, not Command & Conquer, I'm talking about Dune 2. Yes, I'm that old. It was this game that introduced me to the world of Dune, to which I followed up with the David Lynch movie, of course, and then eventually the original books, of which I really want to reread when I get some time. Back to the games, however, we've had a few games that tried to capture the success of Dune 2, then everything kind of petered out for 20 years, until Dune Spice Wars rolled around, a few years back, and this continued the game's real-time strategy lineage. But a few months after that, we got the first trailer drop for Dune Awakening, an open-world action survival MMO that will finally let us dive into the world and lore of Dune and the planet Arrakis. So how are we going to play in a world, let alone make a difference in a world, written around Paul Atreides? Well, how about the good old sci-fi trope of an alternate universe? A big old what if. And in this case, it's what if Lady Jessica didn't give birth to Paul, but instead had a daughter as she was supposed to. Well, this changes everything, right? What we get is a planet in conflict. House Atreides is not wiped out, and we have these two major powers locked in a conflict for dominance, but the spice must still flow. And the Fremen? Are they gone? Can you even find them? This now becomes a key part of exploration and story discovery that lays in the background for you to pick up and dive into if you so choose, following the teachings left behind on how to survive and live on this brutal desert planet. And for a lot of Dune fans, this might be a really cool thing to explore and figure out all the knock-on effects of Paul not existing. How it changes the timeline, how people live where they would have died. Does anyone die that should have lived? I'm sure there will be a lot to unpack, but also brings many options for the long-term life of the game, and they're being careful not to ruin anything canon from the books, while also giving us a slice of something new within the same universe and setting. The factions we love or hate still have the same goals and objectives, it all just plays out differently. And with this constant war and struggle for power, this brings opportunity. Opportunity for various other factions to rise and fall. And this is where you come in, with the character creation process. You get to choose your homeworld, your cast, and even a mentor, which helps decide your starting abilities. The character creator itself looks to offer a large selection of options to tweak to absolute perfection. And while your character options may sound or feel like selecting a class, like a typical MMO, this won't be the case here. In Dune Awakening, they will be letting you mix and match skills from all walks of life as you level up, and progression will be much more survival focused, with what you can build being the limiting factor and not what you are leveled up to use. The game starts you out in a place called Hagar Basin, where you can meet up with your friends, start or join a guild together, build your first base and take your first footsteps, before crafting your ornithopter and joining the huge open world map called the Deep Desert, which is over 500 square kilometers. That's bonkers level huge. And this gets wiped by a massive dust storm each week, opening and closing new and old points of interest and completely changing the landscape. You will get to explore and find new technology and lore, as well as no doubt harvest your own spice. This huge playing field is also a massive PvP zone, of course, and this is where all the action will happen. You can attack other players in full combined arms of tanks, flyers, and pure old-fashioned manpower. But you also need to know that combat on Arrakis will not be as simple as just shooting people, as the universe of Dune does have personal shields, which will need a hand-to-hand combat approach to tackle. But using these has the downside of drawing the huge sandworms to your location. So depending on where you are fighting will change your tactics. Is it the unforgiving sand of the desert, or the hard bedrock on which the worms can't reach you? And you won't be doing all of this as you please either. This is Arrakis after all. The sun will kill you. The lack of water will kill you. Making noise and vibration will attract the sandworms to come and kill you. And all of this will frame how you tackle every element in the game. Not just the combat, but harvesting, the base building, the travel, everything. But when the day is done, you can kick back in the two themed social hubs of Harco Village and Arrak Inn for trading with players, shops, story and quests. Being a survival game, of course there is going to be both crafting and base building, both big and small depending on your needs as a solo or a group. But from what little footage has been released, as well as concept art, it's looking pretty nice. And I'm very much wanting more info for a deeper dive into it. But one thing that is for certain will be the importance of water production. The spice may extend life, but you can't live without water, and Arrakis takes that to the extreme. And to keep a larger, more steering arm on the gameplay, there will also be the Landsraad, which will be putting out larger quests and events for the community which must be completed. So will you race to the finish, or fight your way to the goal? Time will tell how big these get, but I'm hoping for events so big that group politics will come into play. Players will need to team up to get the task done, but then with sabotage and subterfuge coming into play for the winner to take all and claim glory, only to kick off yet another conflict in return. The game has had beta sign-ups running for some time, yet it has been that one game that I just never got invited to. At least not yet. But you never know your luck, so don't let it stop you from trying. And I'll include a link to the official website in the description. We also don't have any confirmed timing for launch except for sometime this year. I'm always keeping an eye out for new info and videos from the team at Funcom for this game, and I'm really rooting for them to make this game a good one because I really want it to be good. And while I'm aware a lot of their content is just marketing videos, the team still feels genuinely excited and committed to be working and making a well-designed, lore-accurate game. So let me know in the comments how excited you are for this new Dune MMO, and I will see you guys in the next one. Kenator, out.